My name is Mark Carbonose. I'm the Midwest Minority Think Tank's Managing Director. Today, I would like to present to you how I define a flawed visionary and the purpose that role serves. A flawed visionary may be defined by 7 distinct characteristics. Today, we will examine the first definition, rendered as one having a fault who still has the audacity to predict future events or developments. Personally, I have fully embraced the role of a flawed visionary. On various occasions, my life sojourn has left me wounded. Wherefore, I have experienced incidents that have created the opportunity for the eventual emergence of deep scars. Scars can only become visible at the healing process's conclusion. My vita should have resilience in all caps. If you were to make my life the subject of a documentary, you could easily conclude that I have failed more than most of my peers. Wherefore, you would also discover that I probably have enjoyed more successful outcomes than most of my peers. A numerical evaluation alone would not sufficiently cover my experiences. The reason for these end results as related to my failures has a twofold explanation. One, I have attempted more diverse things than most others. And two, I have an active faith toward God. I have the practical knowledge of the biblical doctrine of suffering. By experience, I know that weeping may endure for a night, but joy does come in the morning. Once again defined, a flawed visionary is one having a fault, not perfect, but having a fault, who still has the audacity to predict future events or developments. This definition must be divided into 2 parts. Today, we will see why audacity must be at the forefront of a flawed visionary's success story. A flawed visionary cannot be overly sensitive to the words or deeds of the distractors, who will be quick to point out the faults of a flawed visionary. The word fault, when used as a verb, can deliver a consistent and non-fading message. This is most often the use by people who wish to lodge a criticism at another individual. Using fault as a verb, the opposition or your opposition can express one's unfavorable opinion of your worth and the quality of someone else. We call that the ability to criticize. When the word fault is used as a noun, it is usually cited to point out a defect in a character, a weakness, an imperfection. Those who wish to see you fail or never rise up are quick to point out your imperfection. In the recognition of the pronounced faults, real or imagined, of substance or enhanced, a flawed visionary must exercise 3 significant gifts that emerge from the Spirit in order to achieve success. When these 3 gifts are applied by a flawed visionary, neither the past nor present can deny an onward march to success. First, a prophetic spirit, the utterance of divinely inspired revelation to foretell future events. A flawed visionary knows the course that has to be taken. Second, an idealist spirit, the ability to set a standard of excellence and live under the influence thereof. No matter what the past may have been, a flawed visionary forgets those things which are behind and has instituted a made-up mind to press toward a higher mark in the future. And third, there has to be a dreamer spirit, the capacity to embrace a series of thoughts, images, or emotions to become part of the human condition. In other words, a flawed visionary can see chaos but speak peace. A flawed visionary has adorned the mantle of resilience. determined to stop at nothing until the goal in view has been obtained. I'm Mark Carbonose, Managing Director of the Midwest Minority Think Tank, but I'm also a flawed visionary. I see the reformation of the criminal justice system. I see the rising of our people in urban areas and rural areas. I also see a coming back to a righteous path of living. I see hope for men who have been incarcerated. I see hope for men who have been discarded. I see hope for those who have been victimized the most, possessed the least, and abused the most, having an abundant life. And that's my goal, to bring others into the fold to have an abundant life where we can share peace and we can respect the elders. The children can play in the streets, where there's prosperity, not from random acts of violence, not from the mistreatment of others, and not the substance abuse, selling, or use. There is a time that we can come together as a flawed visionary and have the vision for our streets, our neighborhoods, our people. Thank you.